So exciting to be here. Thank you, Oxnard. You braved the wind, and that's not like a regular wind. That's like knock you down. Watch out for your small dog wind. So thank you, Phil and Marcia and the Carnegie and all of you for coming out. This is a big honor. I write about my family, about my community, about being working class, and the first time my family to go to college. And so it was a real honor to have my work honored by the pen in that way, right? It's like, that's great, yeah, I won a prize, but the book won a prize, and the book is full of those stories. And so that's what I'll be sharing with you today. Although, who wants to follow up Veronica Reyes? Not me. See, that was a trick. I didn't know. Now I know. Never again. It's like, oh man, I don't have any panochas in my stories. But that's not actually true. They're just disguised. Okay. So because we're in East LA, we were just in East LA, and we're going to go back for a little bit. And I want to read Desfile or Desfile, which is from my second collection. And it takes place during the Mexican Independence Day Parade in East LA, which I think is a great place to have that. How long have you been holding this flag? Can you tell us in French? In the Mexican language. Qué bonito tener Mexico aquí. Come see the 71st year of the Mexican Independence Day Parade in Los Angeles. Even the junior ROTC is here, especially the junior ROTC. Disciplined children with empty rifles. A white anchorman is on the street. Viva Mexico, says the Azteca, and he throws in a Viva America, like it's a different place. Like it's not here. And can you call those tires on a lowrider? Is that the right word? We are so loyal, like the junior ROTC, because the devil gave us a GI Bill once. Compton cowboys gallop just a little bit because it's 95 degrees out here. So pinche hot, but everyone is so joyeux to be out here in front of the dentist's office, then the bus stop, then the Clínica de los Doctores. People are representing Puebla, but they don't have costumes. Is that the right word? People? Wave very slowly, princess. Don't beak a sweat. Don't break a sweet. Don't break a swat. Miss Mexico Nacional, what a silhouette. Como pastel de quinceañera. I feel like I'm part of the community, says the pocha anchor. And she is. Look, those tires. Is that the hood lifting off? The Buick is leaning to the right. Just how do they do that? Lift off and wave at the same time. Ride and drive, le geste. Work and drive and work at the same time. It is the ancient habit of my people. Hot pink acrylic and platinum snakes. We feast on tongue and doubt. Imbeciles and paychecks. Your sirens and entrails. Bones and myrrh. Okay. Hey. Do y'all have food for less in Oxnard? Yes. Okay. Verde. You are mine once. My hands up your thighs, drugged with crinoline. Escargot en campos verdes. Verde que te quiero verde. Well-worn B-cups, your chest, above your ribs, where your speeding heart lives and I want to. If you are messed up and high, you are sober enough to drive me home. Somehow. You forget a business jacket, ashes. They haunt my hallway for weeks. I can smell you in there. A dry ice potion slinking from under the door, caressing my ankles when I pass. If only our moms could see us now. 2 hub cities dikes, holding back the waters for 18 million others. Put your finger where? Stop it from flooding the neighborhood, the food for less, the softball field, my daddy's car. So there's going to be a symposium for Gloria and Anzalda in Paris this year, which is really, yeah, you're like, Paris? Not the Rio Grande Valley? No, Paris. And so I'm gonna go, and a bunch of us are gonna go. And so I wrote this about the last time I went there, and it was a very interesting time to be in Paris. It was right before 9/11. But I also wanted to draw attention to, in addition to Veronica and mine's books, I also brought stickers, holographic ones. So that's what they look like. I have one for Marcia and Phil, but this is a reminder that I tell you it's in here. So this is called Honeymoon. Oh, and it's called Honeymoon because I had just married myself because I was in the Bay Area, and people do that there. It's like, you're in Berkeley, you're like, oh, you love yourself fully. Why are you trying to date people still? You need to love yourself. And so I married myself. And I took myself on a honeymoon. That stuff worked because then I was like, I don't need nobody. I have myself. I have a ring. So I got some money. I had some money, and I took myself to Paris on a honeymoon. So that's why it's called Honeymoon. The Bay. I love it. Paris is full of dirty trains and men who follow me from subways. They're my honeymoon neighbors. Didn't I tell you I married myself? So I'll always have company. My neighbors, they live alone, like me on vacation. They put their worn-out shoes on the sill, displacing hours of standing. They want to talk to me. Stop trying to make sense of everything. No parlez-vous français? Paris likes Mexicans enough. I spoke Spanish before English, that last resort. The city liked me enough to let me live off wallabies, bolillos, chocolate, eggs. I finished the red wine on tap at the gallery. I walked all days rubbing bronze angel ears, reading magazines I could understand, queer feminist porn. Photographed myself with sacred hearts and narrow streams, found Jim Morrison without his head. That neighbor found me again on a platform. We shared the same black, hungry eyebrows. Nearby, a woman pissed a fire hydrant's worth of water toward our feet. I boarded hurriedly to other people, my urban myth of safety. He followed me home from the train. He did not know, could not see. If he had asked me in Spanish, I would have gladly flashed him a marzipan middle finger. The black camera itched my pocket, so I took his picture. His eyes were closed. I wish I could have showed him my giant heart, his small ideas, those broken clavicles. So we've been doing a lot of traveling. So now we're going to Mexico City, to the Zócalo. Yes. I love you like you are the only one. Between smog-smoked trees in this city of Vaseline sidesteps, you tower over me. A clean-shaved head is as close to tough as you will ever be. Behind me, the Mexican flag is colossal and full. Beneath us, metros shake and pyramids settle. I am no virgin. I am the Aztec god of war. Mouth of relentless ash, the devil is at my elbow. I lick flames hotter than your vieja. No sabes limpiarte bien las nalgas, pero ya andas de caliente. But still I hold your hand. Tiyawi Mexica, I love you like you are the only one. The last piece of steak and chile verde, the last slice of chocolate flan. That's how you left me, gordo, en el Zócalo y sola, a creature that can do anything. Thank you. My mom always laughs at that, no sabes limpiarte bien las nalgas, because she swears she never said it, but she did. Because where would I have gotten that from? No one else but my mother. But she's like, ay, mija, can you change that? It's like improper. I'm like, oh, it's too late, sorry. Sorry, Mom. So you're talking a lot about LA today. Is anybody from the LA area? Grew up there, gone by the, yes. So, I mean, it's different than where we are now because it's no longer farms, right? But it was before at one point. But it's where I'm from is the Rust Belt of LA. My teacher Mike Davis likes to call it that. So it was where Bridgestone, Firestone, Bethlehem Steel were, and they shuttered their doors right in the 70s, early 80s. And so all kinds of new things kind of cropped up there. But so I've lived my whole life next to the LA River, the 710 freeway, which has, 60,000 trucks on it a month. A lot of trucks, right? So I say that because this poem that I'm going to read is about where I'm from, and so it helps to know that. But so picture the river and the freeway because it's all over my book. But it's especially here. This is my home. I don't want to start off broken, but my pencil is running out. That's okay, mija. We have more lead in the yard. My home is, I can't breathe, surrounded by sound walls you can't hear. In that quiet, a child finishes their homework, closing a good thing. The LA River ends in Vernon. After Slauson, the friends of the river run out too. The death stench is in our water, in our jobs, in the classroom, everywhere a gas leak. This is my home. My brother and mother are 10,000 truck miles. Why won't their coughs go away? The freeway, my lover says, coffins with windows. Pig fat rendered into lipsticks, we are bottling the leftovers. Crates of rotten chitlins will detonate over San Marino lawns. When I took my mom to the garden in that city, she looked out the windshield at their grass and said, "They don't have earthquakes here, do they, chata?" I know. They do, I said. They just don't have to feel them. I know. This is our home. Arsenic fairy dust on wedding cookies. A student plucks a lead bloom that sharpens in the lungs. Canterberries cluster, and this poem is no use. I lost my parents to the pollution, someone says, and no one's ever gone to clean her yard. But you can have our methane clouds, our windshield tacos. The river is a stream, and the freeway's always running. We are death flower orchards, 21 square miles, opening and closing. Sometimes our miscarriages bubble and thin into glue, but I have never felt worthless. We plant broken glass in the riverbed. We dream about dabbing lead perfume behind someone's clean ears, jumping our skateboards off the cement into their bright, white teeth. My home is invisible wild lupine, which blooms purple with tumor pistils. This is our bougainvillea triplex. This is our date palm. This is our jacaranda. And this is my home. We stole the whole thing up. And that sushi you're eating, it's cueritos from the Farmer John's. Who are the fools? Not this nopal light. The student is boiling our water to get rid of the poison. And the start, the finish, that PE mile you had to run, it's here. A river's reverie, the you and me, and then water. So just two more to finish up, and of course we'll be around after. We want to talk to you and sign books, and I went to UC Riverside and have had the great luck of having gotten a full fellowship there. It's a really good writing program. If you have questions about that, I'm happy to talk to you about it. Don't go into debt for poetry. That's not not a good equation. Do we have any new wave music fans? Like, yay! Okay, good. So this is for you. What's that? Somebody's like, what's that? Well, there's some synthesizers and some sadness, and post-industrial locations are preferable. Malaise. But I wrote this after Morrissey fans, for which there are many, but he's so problematic, so whatever with him, but it's for the fans. So if you're a new wave fan, this is for you. Lover's Letter. Because we craved permission to be despondent in English, desperate to hide erections for boys behind trapper keepers, to document Kotex leaks in our journals. We needed to be maudlin, to be untranslatable, to do this in private, in the company of someone with rank. We hunted for you in crates, battled mold and being broke, scraped pennies from grandparents who collected cans to feed us. We needed your 50s guitar in the key of sorrow. Mexican and not, born here and not, all of our duplexes are south of some freeway. No movement murals cushion our daily gray sky, our 99-cent interchanges. To your voice, we work our lives away in UPS trucks as perfect receptionists or in community college forever. This is how you hate the queen. And I already didn't like the church for trying to make me dirty, so we were instant friends. You made me want a public transit death so we could be together. We saved you from the has-been dollar bin. We are your American Manchester daydream, empty tire factories, soot-covered eyelids, cracked front teeth and bleeding lips. We fondled open your shirts and built a country around you of sidelong glances and glum gladiolas. When you saw our tight-back jeans and clippers, you could taste our penchant for racing Chevys down Slauson with no headlights. We're your wistful twin, that boy you won't share. You watched us make love in cemeteries, made us trim our sideburns. We are fatalists by nations on all sides, death happy because it constantly raps at our door. In the carcinogenic heart of this Manchester, our black lungs sing with you because every time we listen, it's our last day too. Okay. Thank you again for being here, for listening, for going on this trip to LA, these different parts of LA. This last poem, to give you some context, does anybody do Aztec dance in here? Maybe? Has anybody seen Aztec dance? Yay! Okay, so I'm in an Aztec dance group, and part of the ceremony, you only see the dancing, but the night before, there's basically like a big mass. There's like a big service that happens, and sometimes it lasts all night. And we're like singing and praying, and there's like smoke. It's like, yeah, it's like very smoky. And yeah, I didn't know that happened before I joined it. And so there was one night where it was just felt very like an eventful ceremony. And so before I sent this book into print, I changed this poem because of that experience. And so there are lyrics in here that are from an Aztec dance song. So, and that's where we will be located in the poem. But thanks again. Also, any Adrienne Rich fans? Okay, so this is After the Stranger by Adrienne Rich. Out of the wreck. Soy un guerrero de luz. From my plastic chair, the tallest tower watches me back, directs its oil pumps straight down. A river, the freeway, bare bulbs light work for a taquera. All of us working into dawn where we belong. Straight down my river, the freeway, I walked out and back to the lip of the road and found how under bridges mercy flowers anger. But I follow the taillights, turn up the avenue like a woman, like a man, turn what I can say into androgyne, into a written room with streetwalk sight. And when I come into a room, some will love my accent, but won't ask for papers. I get in with my skin, but I have to remind them that they have failed my living. Their stories are dead, our verbs survive. Soy un guerrero de luz. I sharpen cities bare, and when I go, where I go is home. Tiny discos and tinsel candles and conchas y le doy gracias al cielo. When I go, language my name. The light straight down, I have looked before. My name is light straight mercy. My name, my resist, my written room ignites the city sharply mist. And if they ask, my name is written under the lids of rivers, cities, and you're dead. Thank you.